Alright folks, what we have here is an '09 Wrangler. '09 Wrangler. Customer complaint is it doesn't seem to move, like if though the brakes are on. Okay, so to double check it, of course applied the brakes a couple of times just to check, because you know most of the Jeeps, they're known for that front brake hose collapsing and locking up the front wheels, but this one seems to be the back. So we're gonna check it out. Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna put it in gear. I'm gonna judge by that crack right here on my floor. All right, so I'm gonna put it in reverse, go backwards. See, normally it would roll. You step on the gas. It's like if there was somebody stepping on the brakes. See that? Even the door is rocking. Let's go forward. See, when I let go of the gas, it actually rolls a little bit, then it stops. It's a lot better. Okay, but when it stops, it goes like this. Okay, so it's definitely like if though something is grid. Go back, reverse again. See? Alright, we'll have to check it out. We'll find out why it's doing that. You know what the other check is? We jack up the rear end. Let's do that. Alright folks, so what I got here is I jacked it up in the rear. I'm going to start it up. Put it in gear. See if both wheels spin at the same time. Put it right here. Let's take a look at this wheel. Gonna pick you up. Poke you right here. Let's take a look at this one. Reverse first. Reverse. And hands are revving. Not going too much. Not too far. Alright, let's go and drive. put this up on the lift, pull those wheels off, and we're gonna see what we're gonna be looking at. See what's wrong with it. All right, let's do it. All right, so with the wheels off, the brake pads look good. See it? But it is still kind of hard to spin. Same one then with this side. See, this side, the brake pads are good, inner and outer. But I see a couple weird things, like, see that? That's kind of like swollen up a little bit, that caliper. Because of the rust, I guess, pushing on that boot. And also, when I looked in here, okay, with the flashlight, I see a little wetness in there. See it? So following all the way down, you got this. So, it's a possibility that this here is a wheel bearing. Well, we know we got a wheel bearing seal, but I wonder if the wheel bearing is binding, and that's why it's not going nowhere. I'm going to take this brake caliper off and see if it spins freely. I'm going to see if that piston will push in normally. But there's something going on here. I see like a little gap there. Is it my imagination? See it? Gap between the rotor and the brake pad. Alright, we won't know till we see. Till we take it apart. Let's do it. Alright, so I took the caliper off on the left rear. Okay. That's what it looks like. The brake shoes when you're taking them apart. Okay. Like I said, they look fairly new. Okay, this is one. This is the other one. Oh, the other one, you can see all the axle grease on it. Okay. But with the caliper off, look, you can spin it even left-handed. Okay, spin it left-handed. It's good. Watch this side. This is the other side. I'm going to spin it. You know, I'm going to have to put you on tripod because I can't spin it with my left hand. So you know that's a clue, right? Let's check it. All right. I think we're all set. All right. I'm going to put you on this level. I had to lower the car a little bit. I'm going to turn the rotor. Let's see if I remember which side it turned. Do you hear it? Okay. Turn it back the other way. See if I can put the microphone closer. Forward, it's okay. Reverse. Of course, I won't do it now. But yeah, something in here fell apart and it's jamming, and that's why it wouldn't go. So most likely, emergency brake shoes probably collapsed in there. So we're going to take it apart and we're going to see. All right. But what I wanted to show you was when I turned it, it locked up. And I had to go the other way. And there was a noise. So hope. Did you hear that? A little spring fall apart. Okay. Well, at least I can turn the wheel now. So I'm going to take this caliper apart. This rotor, and we're going to see what's inside. Alright, I want to show you guys this. If you noticed, this here is the emergency cable. Alright, it's going to pull on those shoes. Alright, I want to do a little measurement here, because I saw something different from the other side. I want to measure it up to this little beginning of this hole. Okay? So the beginning of the hole to the shoe surface is what I'm going to throw a little ruler on. Of course, it's going to be upside down. All right, look at that. I'm going to go this to here, and it's about almost 3/4. All right, because that's the 1/2 mark right there. That's the 5/8, 3/4. So it's between 5/8 and 3/4 where that little line is. All right, you got it? Now let's go to the other side. I'm going to show you that. All right, so this is the passenger side, the one that's giving us the little lockup problem. All right, shut off the fan so you guys can hear me. It's like 90 degrees in here, and then humidity. But anyway, check this out. I marked it the same way. I marked it the same way with that little scribe there, right? So it's before the circle. Now watch this. Look at that. It's almost 1 inch. See it? It's almost 1 inch. So that means this is pulled. So that means this brake shoe on this side is out. And that's why the rotor doesn't want to come out nicely. Because it's kind of jammed. So probably one shoe is out. The hardware probably fell apart. And something is jammed in that rotor. And that's why we're having a problem here with this wheel locking up. All right. So we're going to try to get this little guy out. It's not going to be pretty. But we'll see what happens. All right. All right, folks. After taking the rotor off, what a hard time that was trying to get it off. But you can see what the problem was. All right. Looks like the backing plate rotted away. Right there. So then the hardware let go. The shoe let go. Okay. Only on the ends here because it's still connected with a spring. And it's still connected to the emergency brake in the front. So this jacked up sideways. And then the hardware, which is a pin and a clip, which is now found in the rotor. You can see that's the normal one. That's the bent one. This is the regular clip. That's what it looks like. And this is the one that was been bouncing around and got jammed up in there. Okay, so when it's running around in the shoe, it gets jammed up in such a way, if it's jammed up in here, it'll make, instead of this shoe being a flat surface like that, it'll cock it off in the sideways and it will jam up that drum and go in drive or reverse. It's gonna lock it up like a bad rear end. All right, so this is gonna need a backing plate. I'm sure it's still available because the hole there is really humongous. All right, that's from Rush. This is normal stuff that you find in a Jeep. So what we can do here, we're gonna take this whole emergency brake assembly off on this side, and you can put the rotor back together with the brakes, and it would run normally. You just don't have any emergency brakes. And we'll wait to see if the customer wants to go and get involved with this, because this is a 2009. It is 2024 right now. All right, but there's nothing wrong with the brake caliper. The caliper piston pushes in. The guide pins, the slide pins on the bracket works fine. So yeah, so the problem is right here. This is the reason why the Jeep did not move in gear. All right. Right, we're going to take this all apart, slap it back together, and it should be good to go, running like a normal Jeep, but with no emergency brakes. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Ciao. All right, that's it, the final pieces. Everything's all ripped apart for the emergency brake. And look, you can even tell that the brake was on for a long time. It even put a groove in the drums. All right, so yeah, this emergency brake was running like if though it was disc brakes. Okay, see how shiny it is? Because these are usually rusty if they're never used. And the customer said that she never uses the emergency brake. All right, so this thing must have been running on it all the time. All right, you can see where little gouge marks there. A couple ones over here. All right, so that's the problem here with why the wheels are locking up. All right, let's put this one back together. Getting old in my old age. Not sure if I showed you that. But yeah, that's all rotted away. And the whole down screw pulled away and out. All right, should not be that big, those holes. Because they should only be this small. Okay, so once that pulls out, hardware comes apart, these shoes come flopping around and they go sideways. That's it. All right, clean everything up. I'm going to put it back together and we are done. Thanks for watching. P.S. Here's that axle seal leak I was telling you about. Okay. A little bit of a mess, huh? There's the ABS sensor in there. Everything's soaked with DU oil. Alright, but this is not the binding part because it is touching, if you notice. But here is the rotor. That's the mess. Look at that. I don't know what this is from. That's the rust. It's starting to fall apart in there. Alright. Just want to let you know. That's what she looks like when you have an axle seal leak. And the same thing. Look at this. This is all rusty. Alright. Thanks for watching.